Welcome, Dr. Andreas, on our podcast. I'd like to begin by understanding the purpose of creation of Smart United.
Thank you for having us. We were a completely different group of people. Part of us are from science backgrounds, and we were working on bioenergy.
And then so you guys came together.
Someone said, yeah, come on, we are like the smart guys here, united to do something properly and good. No one talks about that it's also important to have clean air. And clean air is not only the lack of dust.
Welcome, Dr. Andreas, on our podcast. And it's lovely having you here at the 17th Red Summit in Lisbon. And I'd like to begin by understanding the purpose of creation of Smart United.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. We were very excited on the meeting, and it was a really, really nice experience. Our company is a relatively young one, so we founded 5 years ago, and basically as a group of friends, because the need that we saw, actually, we were a completely different group of people. Part of us are from science backgrounds, and we were working on bioaerosols for a long time before SARS-CoV-2 happened. And we were always a little bit worried that the aerosol spread of diseases is not getting the attention it deserves, right? Because a lot of diseases are actually spread by aerosol, but it's not in public knowledge that that is actually the case. And we could prevent a lot of disease by actually blocking that. And SARS-CoV-2 pandemic was the crystallization point, basically, because in Munich, that's where we were founded, we found in our institute, actually, the first case in Central Europe, and later also were the first to publish that it spreads asymptomatically, which was a big change in how to deal with the disease, together with the known fact that it spreads by aerosol. And so we were independently working on the same thing without knowing it. Some other people and us, and then we met, and then we connected, and we said, like, this is now the time where we have to really bring that to use for the humans, because a lot of people do research in science, but it never translates into actual benefit for humans, because it never translates into a product, into something that is actually used. So that was the point. We said, like, we have to do that. And we started developing our technology, which now is the only one capable of achieving what we have in any sort of market relevant price segment. And with that, we are now here and presenting it. We received a lot of positive feedback. It's a unique solution.
You talked about aerosol.
Yes.
Can you elaborate that a little bit?
So the way infectious diseases spread, if you're not in that field, it's a little bit like a business, An infectious disease is like a product. So the human that you infect is your customer, if you wish, for an infectious disease. There's different ways how you can get a new customer, right? Yeah. So one is you can get it by direct contact, like injection or sexual intercourse or whatever. And the other way is like more indirect, like either by food or fecal-oral route, or of course through the air, some way or the other. And that spread through the air, it can be bigger droplets or smaller droplets. And it is a wide range of sizes of these droplets. And by drying in or condensing more water, they can also change their size. And the very tiny droplets, they can be in the air suspended for longer periods of time, so that even when you probably don't see the other infected person anymore, you can still get infected from the aerosol that person has left behind to you. And this mode is not terribly effective often, but it is enough to cause a lot of cases, because you always shed infectious aerosols once you are infected with some of the diseases that produce these aerosols. So the amount of disease spread by this route is quite high, actually, although not everyone in contact with the aerosol automatically gets sick.
Okay. And what's the idea behind the name Smart United?
Well, there's not a real idea behind it. It was kind of a funny discussion that we had. We were a lot of smart people, and we were working independently.
And then so you guys came together. So
someone said, like, yeah, come on, we are like the smart guys here, united to do something properly and good for people. So the idea was actually to bring smart people together to form something good for the community and for everyone to have a solution to counter that aerosol transmittable diseases at that point. And yeah, that's how the name came apart. The second half was then removed and Smart United remained. And yeah.
Okay. And what's the vision for the company?
Yeah. So we are currently with Smart United Air Solutions, where we do UVC light-based use. We are actually working mainly on UVC-based air decontamination, which includes systems for individual rooms and systems for centralized ventilation systems. And what we want to achieve is that we want to bring the knowledge about this aerosol spread of diseases to a broader public and to help to mitigate it. Because, you know, nowadays everyone knows that it's important to have clean water. It's important to wash your hands, to have a proper toilet. But no one talks about that it's also important to have clean air. And clean air is not only the lack of dust, but clean air is also air that is not infectious to you, right? So there's that dimension, and no one really talks about that openly as much. And we hope that by offering a affordable and effective solution, we can bring that into use so that you don't feel it, you don't know you have it, but it still protects you, and that we can cut down on disease, sick leave days, and unpleasant respiratory infections for everyone.
Well, Andreas, it's an interesting subject, and as you say, very important for the humanity. So on that note, I wish you guys the very best in taking this to as many people and as many markets as possible. And on that step, thank you for being here at the 17th edition, and I hope that there will be some of them who will find it useful and interesting enough to start working with you, which will build confidence for you to enter more markets. And we will find another opportunity to have a full lengthy chat with a detailed discussion on what goes on in the whole process. And so until then, I wish you guys the very best, and thank you for being here in Lisbon.
Thank you very much for having us, and thank you for the opportunity. We received so overwhelming positive feedback for people very interested in the product, because it's so unique and integrates into a lot of the projects that we've seen here. So yeah, it was a very pleasant experience. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure having you. Thank you, Andreas.
Thank you.